Paint, and Smart Unread, which on your home screen presents you with what it thinks is the highest priority notification. AP15 presents all your applications as a word, with their sizes proportional to how much you use them. It's a novelty, but it is an interesting one, especially when you start adding advanced color rules into the equation. BlackBerry Launcher is not the neatest out there, and the full-size ad they put in your app drawer is kind of a kick in the teeth, but I do like how you can swipe up on apps to temporarily open up widgets, and the wallpapers that come with the launcher are pretty slick. Then we've got Less Phone, and it's a really great concept if you're trying to minimize distractions. There are no icons in sight, and if you get the Pro version, a dark theme, and because with that you've basically got 90% of your screen as black, you save a lot of battery on OLED panels. AO Launcher basically places your entire smartphone's capability in a list. This one page shows everything from your frequent applications to a newsfeed to a voice recorder, and you no longer need to pull down your status bar to access most of your phone's shortcuts. Flick Launcher, for me, was a slightly frustrating experience. On one hand, I love the fact that you get a ton of control and it's presented in a way that isn't overwhelming. But on the other hand, out of the box it looks laughable. The launcher starts by asking you what colors you're into and ends up creating this Frankenstein of a home screen. With time though, it is a good launcher. Next up we have Lightning, and you thought you'd seen customization, but this right here is the absolute king of it. Instead of getting multiple different app pages, you actually just get one really big one, which introduces verticality into your setup. You could have one homepage to the right, you could have another one to the left, but then you could also have one below you. It is a bit of a shame though that straight out the box, it's kind of rough looking. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. Solo Launcher is clean, colourful and spacious, and I really like this shuffle button, which will rotate your wallpapers every time you tap it. But I gotta say, it does come across as a bit spammy with these daily app recommendations and a feed where sometimes the top 5 posts are just sponsored. Mint Launcher by Xiaomi is designed for lower-end phones. It combines a very limited set of functions with lightweight animations for a snappy experience. And to be fair, with the right icon pack it is super clean, but you might miss having finer control of what your phone looks like. Apex looks pretty good right out the box. It's clean, flat and simple, and it pairs that with granular customization. My one concern is that it's not entirely stable. I've already had a couple of glitches myself, and one of their updates completely wiped my home screen layout. Next up is the Poco Launcher. It's what Xiaomi introduced with last year's Pocophone F1, and it's pretty similar to the Mint Launcher. It's still fast, but it combines tight animations with a customizable dark mode, and can also group applications by color, which actually makes a lot of sense. Total Launcher is another case of overwhelming customization. For many people it's overkill, and you're better off with a launcher that can just look nice out the box. But for that tiny portion of people who just can't get the look they want elsewhere, this offers an astonishing level of control, plus a few themes to get you started. The launcher from Yandex completely changes the way your phone works. On your main screen you'll automatically see all your unread counters, and if you flick to the left you get a polished newsfeed which you can completely customize. Even in the app drawer, there's a lot going on. Applications are categorized by genre, or color if you choose that option, and whilst there is a discover section, which again is a little spammy, you can get rid of it. Then, we've got an app that definitely falls into the simple but effective category. Niagara Launcher puts all your apps in a list and it lets you search through them alphabetically, and I definitely found that because the way the whole thing's laid out, you can do almost everything with just one hand. Launcher is a 100% free pixel-inspired home screen, and while it does miss out on some customization areas like full gesture support, it comes with what most people would consider important, and if you install their additional plugin, has a fully functional Google feed built in. ADW Launcher 2 is not afraid to experiment. Right out the box, it ditches the notion of flat 2D animations, and things get a lot crazier when you dive deeper. It's also seriously generous when it comes to how finely you can tune it. Something I found interesting was icon filters, which are different to icon packs because it applies the same filter and works on every icon. Alright, so this isn't exactly a launcher, but I feel like in this video I have to mention KLWP, because it's a live wallpaper app that has so much functionality it almost acts as a launcher. All you have to do is to download a preset of your choice, and pair it with a launcher that has plenty of flexibility, and you've instantly got a setup that either would have taken you hours to create manually, or one that would have been outright impossible. We've then got Microsoft Launcher, and there's a lot going on here. You've got a primary space for your applications, but then a subspace to the left which lets you create nodes, interact with Cortana, and then also check the news and look at your own timelines. It has a wallpaper that changes every day automatically, and I quite like this little dock that can be swiped up to reveal more apps and settings. Hyperion is a fast launcher which gives you a lot of control over color. You can set any gradient of choice as the backdrop for your app drawer, and the launcher even lets you decide the background color for applications where it's been previously undefined. Smart Launcher 5 is beautiful. In fact, out of every app on this list, it probably requires the least amount of work to look good. It themes itself based on your wallpaper and even skins your icons for you. If you swipe up, it brings a search box, and if you then swipe down, it brings up a newsfeed powered by Microsoft News. It also groups your applications by what they do, but I did find quite a few mistakes when trying to sort mine. ASAP Launcher takes a slightly different approach. It doesn't offer a massive amount of customization, but right out the box is one of the only launchers that manages to have pretty much everything you'd want only a few taps away, while still looking super clean. It does this by cleverly hiding away features to be accessed with different gestures. It even hides music controls until the music actually starts playing. Eevee Launcher is one of my favorites. It's not afraid to be different. It doesn't try to embody the pixel aesthetic, but at the same time, manages to look clean and be practical. You can get to everything really fast, and in the end, that's the most important thing. CPL, or Customized Pixel Launcher, is a seriously amazing pixel-inspired home screen app. It comes with deep customization options, like this screen you're seeing right here shows all the things you can tweak just to do with the folders on your home screen. It's also fast, and it looks clean from the minute you install it. In second place, we've got Action Launcher Pixel Edition, and the attention to detail here is refreshing. It's not just a polished and a slick experience, but material design exists in every aspect of it. The customization settings are vast. You can change the launch animation of applications, and it also gives many apps their own dedicated long press commands. That leaves us with Nova Launcher, which, especially when paired with its prime counterpart, is in my opinion still the best compromise between being light and fast, having all the customization features you could want, and getting updated constantly with new improvements and bug fixes. It's not the only solution, and there are definitely launchers in this list that can do things that Nova can't, but for most people trying to achieve most setups, this would be what I'd recommend. If you want to see some more cool stuff you can do with these launchers, then a sub would be massively appreciated, and do check out my Android customization series. I'll leave some links from this video. My name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you in the next one.